Hi everyone, it's Terry Hartley from Rustic Barn Cards, and I'm so excited because I just bought another new cut and emboss machine. Why, you might ask, do I need two cut and emboss machines? Well, I do card classes in person, and so this way I can take one for my card class, and then I can just use my new one here in my craft room. So I just decided to go ahead and show everyone. Yes, I am at the age where a magnifying glass does come in handy because you'll get your machine and the handle comes in this little package. And so here is the handle, and we're going to install that right here. Stampin' Up does a really good give you really good directions. Don't lose this little cap. I mean, it's more for decoration, so if you lose it, it's okay. But then you have a screw and a nut and a little wrench to put on your handle. You will receive all your plates, plus you will receive the Stamp Cut Emboss Quick Start Guide. And then all your plates that you need are in here. And of course, you can always buy replacement from Stampin' Up. But this gives you some important information. Basically, the machine and dies are designed to cut a single sheet of paper or cardstock, and it's designed to work well with the Stampin' Up, dies that we have, and embossing folders. And then it tells you what you have inside this box: the Stamp Cut and Emboss machine and the handle. It also has the base plate, plate 1, plus the die plate, plate 2, plus your 2 cutting plates, plate 3, and your specialty plate, plate 4. And your specialty plate, plate 4, is what you use for your 3D embossing folders. And then it gives you directions here how to attach the handle. But plus it also gives you a picture. So it says C1. So we're going to put the nut, the screw, and then use the Allen wrench. And then after that, we'll add that little decorative. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to open this up. Maybe I should have done that before I came on here, right? Okay, let's see here. I do have nails, but all right. So I don't want to lose any of these pieces because they're not really big, and I don't want to lose them on the floor. Then I would be down there, right? Okay, so here is our handle. So we're going to put this nut on the screw, and then I'm going to put it in here in the handle. Then we'll get it lined up. So I put that in here. Then we're going to line it up. Then I'm going to get my Allen wrench. So we've got the screw. I never know which way you're supposed to put this in, whether you're supposed to use the long end or the short end. I'm sure there's one way you should do that with this little wrench here. So, we can do it this way too, right? No, maybe it is this way. Maybe that little curve is so you can turn it. My sister would know. My sister's good with using all sorts of tools, but I am not. But I can do this. I can use a hammer, and I can use some nails, and I can tighten. Now you want to tighten it, but not real tight, kind of like light bulbs, right? You want to tighten the light bulbs, but not too tight. And then we're going to get this little decorative piece, and that'll kind of cover up that opening, just like that. And then you want to put this back in here. If for some reason you need to take the handle off or something, you just do that in reverse. And then we're going to, these slide down, and they might make a little popping noise. And then we are ready to open our plates. You have a really thick plate, and that is plate 1. I love how Stampin' Up, then they have all the directions using thin dies, using standard embossing folders, and using the 3D embossing folders. So all those directions are there for you, and I'm going to be using it for thin dies today. So I need plate 1, plate 2, and then my cutting plate 3, and then my thin die, and then plate 3 again. So I'm going to put 1 here, and then we have plate 2, and it even tells you place this die cutting edge down. So you place a die cutting edge down and use it with thin dies. Do not use with embossing folders. And this is not a die cutting surface. So we'll put 2 in there. Then use some tissue paper, and then I'm ready for plate 3. Now I'm going to use the same plate on the bottom, so I'm going to always use that. That will be the cutting one. I don't need 4 right now because I'm not doing any 3D embossing folders. And then I would put my die and my cardstock here. And then I'm going to put plate 3 on top and run that through. So let's try that. I'm working to finish up my December club that's going to go out in the mail. So I have a piece of mossy metal cardstock, and I have adhesive sheet on the back. And then I have my die from, oh, let's see. It is called Petals of Beauty. So Petals of Beauty. I think you could use, adhesive. You wouldn't have to use the adhesive sheets, but I am going to do that. So I'm going to put that right here, and then I'm going to put plate 3. Now I will eventually put top with a permanent marker, so I'll make sure that I always use this on the top. And actually, it doesn't matter, but this one, I'm going to switch it around. This just has a little bit of smudge on it, so I'm just going to put that for my bottom because that'll be my cutting. And then I'm going to put my cardstock and my die, and you always put the die flat towards you. And then I'm going to put plate 3. I'm going to turn it so I can go through, and then, you know what? That does not sound right, so I have a feeling maybe I have some tissue paper. I don't know. And maybe it does sound right, but I just want to double check that I've got everything. Okay. Thought maybe, we had that one tissue paper, and I thought, well, maybe there was another tissue paper that I had. So I guess it's just the sound of the new machine. Okay. Now, because I have that adhesive sheet, I probably don't need to. Nope, doesn't look like I do. I was going to say maybe I need a backup, but I'm going to take this out. I guess this one just makes a little bit different sound than my other one. And then here is, and I just kind of get rid of those extra pieces. I can just punch those out. And then I'm going to grab, so it's right here. So I'm going to grab my favorite tool. I think this is my favorite tool, and that is my Take Your Pick tool. But I'm sure all of you, if you don't have the Take Your Pick tool, then you have something similar. It has little openings here where you can just poke that, and then it opens up and you can just pull, and there is our die. And then I'll just use this to take off the adhesive, and it will stick right on the card. But my club members will do that. So again, I have a brand new cut and emboss machine. It is so pretty. It's so clean looking because I haven't used it. So now, speaking of cleaning, you can wash these off with soap and water, but don't use any chemicals when you clean them. And it does tell you that in your little handy startup guide that Stampin' Up gives you. So in there it tells you how to maintain and keep it for years. I've had my other cut and emboss machine over 5 years, and it still works fine. I'm just going to use it just for my classes, and then that way I can keep this one here in my craft room to use. All right, well, I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. I hope you've enjoyed this little video of how to add the handle, which is, of course, really easy, but sometimes we like to see it being done rather than just reading directions, right? So I hope it was helpful, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Take care.